Welcome to Fan Expo Day 2. Hubby and I are here bright and early. I am wearing my red bow today. This is my Kiki inspired outfit. Hubby and I are both wearing our Fan Expo t-shirts. And the reason I decided to go with my Kiki hair accessory today is because the shirt is actually navy blue. I thought it was black. Hubby and I are in line for Peggy the Dog. The line is really long, but they seem pretty confident that we would be able to get in. I'm just having a protein bar because it is lunchtime.
Good afternoon, Fan Expo. How are we doing this morning? To be honest, I'm just a big old fangirl like the rest of you. Are there any people in the audience who saw Deadpool and Wolverine? Right, then. Are you guys all excited to get to see Peggy the Dog play dog pool? Excellent. Well, join me in welcoming to the stage Peggy and her humans, Holly and Luke.
So cute.
You. I'm going to put your hands together for Dog Pool and her wonderful humans, Holly and Luke. Thank you all.
Oh, baby.
Sorry, I forgot to say that $5 from every sort of sale today goes to the Toronto Humane Society. I was meant to say that when I first got here, but so I got a little bit of mind blank. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you both.
She's so cute. She wants to sniff everything now.
Yeah.
Peggy the Dog's panel was really fun. She was adorable, very well behaved, and her owners were very personable, and it was just a great little panel. It was very short. It was only about 20 minutes, so we're heading back to see Lulu a little earlier. There is a huge line for Michael J. Fox. It stretches all the way back into at least half of the exhibition hall. We are in line to meet Peggy the Dog. She's doing an hour of selfies. This is different from the photo op, I believe, where you have to pay. So I'm hoping this is free. We also saw the Peggy plushies, which are so cute. So we might pick one up depending on how much it costs. I waited in the dog pool line for a few minutes and hubby was like, how come there's no one in the line? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe they don't know that this is the start of the line. But then someone came out to sit at a table and we saw a sign beside her and it had a list of prices and it was $70 to take a selfie with dog pool. And we were like, thank goodness we saw the sign before waiting for too long. We decided, of course, not to do it. And we are going to check out the rest of the exhibition floor now. This is all of the areas that we missed on our first day. Hubby and I are back from day 2 of Fan Expo. We had a lot of fun today. Not as tired today because we didn't walk around as much. We were basically in line the entire day. So the first stop we made was to the Lego booth, but it turned out they were giving away the components for the same controller that we got yesterday. we had waited in line, so we decided we would get another set. So now we have more Lego blocks to play with. Hubby actually has a lot of Lego now because his coworker also gave him a bunch. After Lego, we went to this Miniverse display. When we tried to join that line yesterday, it was really short, but it was because they were essentially closed. Today when we joined the line, it wrapped around their entire activation. And then when we got to the front, I asked if we could take the Miniverse sets home with us or if we had to make it there. And she was like, no, you actually have to make it here. So we spent a long time at that activation. All in all, I think we spent probably like an hour and a half. I really like what we got though. Hubby got a set from their cafe line and he made these little burgers. They're so cute. It's like a little trio of sliders, very similar to what we ate at Jump. So I thought these were adorable. He's not so keen about how they turned out, but I think they look really nice. He said there were extra pieces in there and it looked like he was only supposed to make 2 little burgers, but he had enough to make this double patty burger at the end. I got something from the Hello Kitty line, which was such a treat. There were a lot of extra pieces in here and it turns out that a lot of them are for the display. I haven't put that together yet, so I'll insert a photo once I've done that. But I wasn't very good at following instructions, so I was like confused the whole time. There are 2 little instruction packets in here and I only read the colorful one. I ended up getting this set, which is called Candles Boot. Oh wait. Is that? Oh no, that's in French. That's why. I was like, what? Would it be bougie candles? Okay, so let's try this again. I ended up getting the candle set and I was so confused because I had all of these extra pieces and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't read the title, so I didn't realize these were supposed to be candles. This is really cute, but it did not turn out how it was supposed to, because each of these was supposed to have a wick coming out of it. But based on the image, I thought the wick was kind of like a stir stick or something to like push the stuff, the paste or whatever that was, the resin, down into the crevices. So I just used it to kind of like disperse the resin. When I started curing it, that's when I was like, oh, these are supposed to be candles. I'm supposed to stick that thing in here and have it like poke out. But by that time, the resin had already cured. It was really hard, so I wasn't able to get the wick in there. But it looks something like this, which is really cute. It doesn't look at all like what it's supposed to, but it's like this now. It's really cute. It actually, I thought it smelled good. There's something in here that smells really good. I'm not sure what it is. And then I got this little jar of what looks like Lucky Stars. And you're supposed to put them in the top and then pour more resin into it. But I had already used all the resin and there's like no room for Lucky Stars. So now I have this little jar of Lucky Stars, which I think I'm just gonna leave as is because they're really cute. So these things are all adorable, but it was quite challenging to assemble in that environment because there were so many people waiting. There were people like all around the activation just like waiting for their turn. So I felt kind of like flustered and rushed, and plus we wanted to go to our next thing. Overall, it was fun. I don't think I'm like really that into this type of product, but they had a lot of cute things and I could see why people like it. The people who were in line seemed to really love the whole process. I think some of them lined up multiple times and wanted to do the activation again and again. So I'm glad we did it, but I wouldn't line up for it again. The next thing we did at the con was we went to see Peggy the dog. That was really fun, and in a way it's good that the Miniverse activation took so long because otherwise we would have just spent that time waiting in line, and we ended up getting pretty good seats anyway. We were right at the front, although it would have been better if we were on the other side because the way the owner was holding his dog, Peggy was always faced in the other direction. So we got a lot of photos of her back and just like a little bit of her profile. but she was such a sweet dog, like very, very calm. I think we were also a little less tired today because we took a long break in between. After Peggy the dog, we came home to check on our little Miss Lulu. We fed her and we spent some time with her. We also took a reasonably long nap. I think I napped for around an hour, maybe even a little bit more. We did a tiny bit of shopping when we went back, but this time it was only hubby that bought stuff. I didn't actually buy anything today. Hubby found this retailer that had all of these different containers full of Lego figurines. They had many that you could mix and match, and it was 4 for $20. So hubby picked out 4. I helped him. So I have one in the set that's like technically for me. This one here, we haven't put them together yet, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination. But if we do put them together before I finish editing this video, I will definitely insert photos. So this one here is Superman. He also selected Optimus Prime. This one here is Wolverine. This one I thought looked really cool put together. And finally, here is the one I wanted. This is Pink Deadpool. And I like it because he holds a little bear. You can see the bear here upside down. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. We have a lot of Lego now, so hubby's really happy about that. He also wanted to get a Fan Expo exclusive. There were a bunch of different things, comic books and Funko Pops. He decided to pick up this comic, which has a beautiful cover. It's got kind of like a foil cover. I'm not too sure what it is. It's like a DC comic. It has like a bunch of different characters on the front. But this is really nice, and it's one of those comics that doesn't have the writing on the front. I think they call them like virgin covers instead of trade. That's how they were labeled at the table anyway. And this is artwork by Jim Lee. After hubby did a little bit of shopping, we decided to stay a little while longer today to watch one of their like marquee panel discussions. This featured a bunch of people from Back to the Future. There were 4 people there. I don't remember all of their names, so I will put them somewhere in this video, but Christopher Lloyd was there, who played Doc, and also Michael J. Fox, who played Marty. It was quite late to get started. I think it was like half an hour late, plus we were an hour in line, but it was really interesting. It was very nice to see Michael J. Fox. I've never seen him live, and he's like quite like a funny guy. He makes a lot of jokes. He's like very witty. So it was really a nice presentation. While we were waiting, they went around giving out lanyards, and somehow we ended up with 4 lanyards. We have 3 red ones and a blue one. So I don't know how that happened because I actually went to the washroom. When I came back, we had like a bunch of lanyards. So actually I might not buy any lanyards this year because we have so many. And I think I might wear maybe the blue one tomorrow. That is it for the haul for day 2. I also got this bookmark yesterday, which I didn't show, but it was just like a free, it's like a promotional thing. It's a store in Mississauga or something like that. So I got that. I like bookmarks a lot, so I will keep it and use it at least until I get bored of it, or if it gets like ripped or tattered, I will recycle it. That is it for day 2. We'll see you tomorrow for day 3. We're both really excited to change into our onesies. They were so comfortable, and I think I slept extra well because of how like warm and cozy I was. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 3.